There was a time in my life when I truly believed I would never be able to get back on my feet again. I had failed, and that failure was so massive, it swept away everything. My job, my money, and most importantly, my belief in myself. I was once an ambitious person. My first startup was my entire world. I worked tirelessly, convinced that I would succeed and become an influential person. I bet everything on it, both financially and in terms of my reputation. But then, one wrong decision caused everything to collapse. The project failed miserably, and I lost everything. The feeling of failure wasn't just about losing money. It was about shame, the skepticism of others, and my own self-doubt. Every morning I woke up, I didn't have the confidence to look in the mirror. I became fearful, avoided social gatherings, and was afraid to start anything new. I believed I wasn't good enough, didn't deserve success, and that all my efforts were futile. One afternoon, when I was at my lowest, an old friend invited me for coffee. He didn't offer empty words of comfort or generic advice. He just told a short story. A child learning to walk is never afraid of falling. They will get up, fall again, and get up again, until they can walk. An adult's fear is simply because we have forgotten that innate instinct. That quote hit me like a powerful slap. I realized that failure isn't the end. It's an essential part of the learning process. The greatest fear isn't failure itself, but the fear of not trying again. I started with the smallest steps. I enrolled in an online course for a new skill I had always wanted to learn. At first, I was still full of doubt, trembling when I had to speak to the instructor or other students. Not everything was smooth sailing. There were times I wanted to quit. There were moments when negative thoughts would rush back, trying to pull me into the deep pit of despair. But every time I felt that way, I remembered my friend's story. I learned to accept small mistakes, not to blame myself too much. I started sharing my small ideas with people I trusted, little by little. After a year of persistence, I completed the course and started a new job. It wasn't a huge role, but I did well, and most importantly, I found my confidence again. I was no longer afraid of facing challenges. I no longer let my past failure define me. I realized that confidence is not a gift you are born with. It's a muscle you have to train every day. It's built from small actions, from accepting mistakes, and from getting back up after every fall. Failure is not the enemy, it is the greatest teacher. Have you ever gone through a failure that made you lose faith in yourself? What did you do to get back on your feet? Share your story in the comments below.